Personally, I think that white people can pull off just better than black people can. I think that it looks better. It's me personally.
My eyes are jitter. My mom is actually on the floor foaming at the mouth.
Like,
Jamaica is actually like planning for World War III with what you just said right now.
Stereotype, that's just being judgmental.
Do you think that there's such a thing as good hair versus bad hair?
Definitely.
Do you actually call it good hair?
I call it good hair. Cause, well, I call it nice hair. I don't call it good hair.
What is nice hair? You're walking a tightrope here, bro.
Just like regular straight hair. You know, you can't tell if it has naps unless you can run through your hand through it. Cause I've done this to a couple of females, and like I play with the hair, and then I put my hand in, and it gets stuck. I mean,
that's where the tracks are.
Yeah. And then, cause I know like a lot of Asians, they have like silky hair, like the hair is flawless.
So you're saying that good hair is actually hair that is straight?
It doesn't have to be straight. I love a girl with curly hair. Okay. If you like.
But what kind of curl are we talking about? Are we talking about the curly hair from the girl in the Trident commercial?
No.
Or are we talking about like homegirl, you know, with a really dense like our kinky hair? Can that still be considered good hair?
It can. It depends on how you look in it.
My hair is super thick, stands up this way, and it's thick. I have a lot of hair. I have a full head of hair. So.
Why are we so obsessed as black people with hair and it being to a certain standard of like appropriation to white people's hair?
Well, I feel like black people are judged so much off of having naps and just bad hair. That's just what they said, because it doesn't get silky straight, and you can't just get out the shower and it's just gonna dry straight. You have to do a lot more things to it to get it to actually look the way a white person's hair would look. And a lot of people are judged off of it, and really people don't want to have to be walking in the street and say, oh, I'm the person who has the bad hair, the bad skin color. So people try to do these things to hide it, but they're not necessarily getting over it themselves. Everyone's worried about what everybody else thinks.
What is our obsession with good hair versus bad hair? Is there any such a thing? Is that a real thing, or is that just sort of like a hang-up that comes from slavery?
I think that's something that comes from slavery. Because back then, you know, in slavery time, people ain't have no combs to comb their shit. You know what I mean? They had to go out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Now you got combs and perms and straightening combs and shit. This is me right here.
You got that good hair.
Yeah, you know, like
that soft and wavy.
You know, like Eddie Murphy said, Coming to America, yeah. Fruits and berries and shit. I got that soul glow.
You do.
Yeah.
But the natural kind, yeah.
Yeah.
You have that, what I call, you got the white black girl look, not because you're like, you look white, but because it looks like you can just get up and go.
Yeah, shake and go.
How much time does that shave off your day of having to like worry about adjusting it?
My hair texture is actually very kinky, so I have to do a lot to get a nice curl in, but I twist it and then I sleep and do bantu knots and it's untwisted when I get up.
Does it ever creep you out when I notice you use kinky, but sometimes people like just love to use nappy. They're like, oh my God, your hair is so nappy, which would, if my mother was around, be dangerous, because then she tries to like lunge / educate, but you can't really educate when you're hurting someone.
Right.
Yeah. Do you like a girl with nice long flowy hair, or can you handle a couple naps up there?
I like a girl with nice long flowy hair. Yeah, that's
What's wrong with the naps? And there are so many natural haired sisters freaking out that I said that right now. Let's save this conversation.
If you're natural, I mean, do your thing. You know, like I'm not the one to judge or do anything. I have a preference, but you know, if your hair is a certain way, if the rest of your body look good, man, fuck your hair. Like,
spoken like a genius. We just caught you coming out of the beauty supply spot. What were you going in there to get?
I was going to get me a weave.
Some Remy? What is it? Is it Remy?
Sometimes it's Remy if I want to spend that money. Sometimes it's not if I'm trying to be cheap but still cute.
It's about how you pull it off. Like, it doesn't always matter if it looks real or not, but if it's fly. Like, I'd rather it be dope than it be like, you know, like, oh, that's a boring long, oh, it's fake? Why would you even do that? That was a waste of time.
It blends well with your natural hair.
I do everything to the weave and not to my hair. Keep it braided up, nice, non-permed. I don't dye it. I don't put heat to it.
So is that good hair? Is that what good hair would be? Or like some people think like good hair is like soft, flowy. You got that white people hair, as they say.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily want to have white people hair. It's dead straight. It's thin. It's pretty boring to me.
We were actually talking about this earlier, with black Barbie versus a white Barbie, which would the little girl pick, and they picked the white Barbie, and it's not because the black Barbie isn't beautiful, it's just because the way we're programmed to see white people as something more beautiful, and white people have nice, silky, straight hair.
Well, how do you deal with people who go, you're not being real, you got all that fake hair in your head?
I tell them they need to mind their own business.
Can you be real with things that aren't necessarily your own on top of you? Can you like weave and...
It's an extension of me. That's how I feel. It's just like my accessories or my clothing. Like I like long, thick hair. It just didn't happen to grow out of my head.
Natural is the only way to go.
Only way to go.
Only way to go.
Okay. How long have you been natural?
I've only been unnatural for 3 years prior. 3 years ago.
Unnatural.
Yeah, I used to perm my hair from like 9th grade to senior year, and then senior year I stopped again.
What got you into the creamy crack?
The creamy crack.
Yeah, the white sauce. That white women cream.
I thought that was what it was supposed to be. I thought that's what made you pretty, and then I realized I looked really boring, and I didn't like it. It wasn't my hair, so therefore it wasn't me. You know what I mean?
You know what happens when you perm your hair too long?
Falls out.
Trust me, my shit was laid. It was like so long, and it got me into all the clubs, but I didn't really feel like it was me. No, I'm lying. I actually, I've never had hair. As a bald woman, how do you speak to this whole good hair versus bad hair controversy? If you know, I'm sure that people are like, ooh, how you gonna ask a non-black person to weigh in? But what's your feeling on it?
I mean, as a bald woman, I have gotten many insults about my hair in the past. I mean, a lot of compliments too. But, you know, the idea is that, oh, well, if you're bald, then you must not be able to grow your hair long. So you bald bitch, blah, blah, blah. And I think it just comes from, you know, the worship of European beauty standards. And it's an unfortunate truth. But, you know, I mean, that's why you got folks walking around here with blonde weaves and, you know, lighter skin and lighter eyes and lighter hair every time you turn around. It seems to happen to a lot of celebrities, and it's unfortunate. So I just like to buck the system and say I can grow my hair. My hair is beautiful. It's long. It's, you know, I got the eastern roots. It grows like crazy, but you know, I don't define myself by the length of my hair. I just say F that. I'm not doing it.
Do you ever get the, oh my God, the texture of your skin? Yeah. Oh, I just love the texture of your skin and your hair, and then they reach for it. They touch it. What is that? When they, we
had it hidden so long under the weaves, we're starting to expose it. So they're like, oh, we're like a new pretty pet or something.
When does it, let me know the distance at which it's like, okay, whoa, now it's weird. When do you usually go like, or do you not even, you just let them?
I don't know, I'm very tall, so they can't even reach. They try, but they hardly get there. But if I'm sitting down, I have to like.
Do you ever just touch their hair then too?
Well, if I see some girl with nice long silky hair, I touch her hair. Yeah. But I ask. I don't just like run up on her.
You should be like, is that Remy girl?
I went to Italy. Okay. And they were just fascinated at the fact that my curls kind of bounced back and stay like this.
Were they like, oh, I would love to have you hair? I don't know if that's Italian.
No, it sounded a little more French. Yeah. They'd be like, I don't know how to do Italian accent either, but
yeah, it's irrelevant. Do you think that we've lost appreciation for what we naturally have, we being black people?
I mean, it's hard to be natural because, you know, like when you wear your afro, you're associated with like maybe like some black power or, you know, and it's hard to own that. So it's easier to just blow it out.
When I see an afro, I think of the 70s, so. And I always say everybody was ugly in the 70s anyway. Like, if you ever watched Soul Train, like everyone was ugly in the 70s. So, I mean, I guess it's just like people look at an afro as ugliness, but it's really not that big of a deal. But the long flowy hair, that shit is just beautiful. Like, the shit is just long and fucking flowy. Like, it looks like the ocean. Like.
So why wouldn't you do it?
Oh, nah, hell no. Nah. It's just not, it's not for me, you know. I don't want to, like, look like a warrior, like with long hair or nothing. I'm good with this little curly.
Date this ugly motherfucker from the 70s. Bring them long, flowy weaves. Who has the best hair consistently? Speaking of pieces.
ASAP Rocky.
Yo, so like he uses that creamy crack like no other.
Oh yeah, I mean his shit is laid. Okay, you can act like that is not absolutely luxurious, but you know it is, bitch.
No, like my cousin, like I always like, you know, she's always looking for good hair tips, and I'm like, look at Aesop, you know, braid it at night and let it flow in the morning.
A little silk scarf, not maybe a silk pillowcase.
He probably uses Hermes now. He's upgraded.
You know, I think so. Yeah, I think he probably has like real gold flakes embedded.
Yeah.
In his.
Like he probably uses like stem cells to like, you know, condition his shit.
Yeah, like the foreskin of babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.